You know what happened?
What?
You want to say anything for the news?
Nah, not really.
No? What about you? You want to say anything for the news? But it's not Shabbos.
Yeah,
That's what you told me last time. It's Shabbos. I can't say anything on the news.
What was this for?
It's for all local news stations. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel too uncomfortable. I don't even know anything what happened, really.
Oh, you didn't hear about the dog?
Was it what happened? You know what happened?
You didn't hear about the dog?
No, I didn't hear.
The dog got shot.
Serious? That's what happened?
Yeah.
My dog?
But I gotta go. I gotta see what's going on. Yep. Hey, you want to say anything for the news? Hadzola? I think that guy's Hadzola. All right, how we doing today, folks? Good evening. What's up, JW? What's up, Ruski? I think that's Russian. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. But if it is, then Kagzilla and Здравствуйте. Oh. All right, got the two ESU Atom units that just left. Going with the news. You want to say anything?
I think those guys know more than I do. I just know that someone was, I think, murdered in their house.
Where's 599 at?
Huh? That building, that big building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You heard about the dog?
I heard about the dog, yes.
Yeah. You want to say anything for the news?
I don't know anything. I just heard that there was a dog
Oh.
by a Secret Service. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, how you feel about it. You want to...
Yeah.
You mind being on camera?
I have to listen for my baby, so I gotta see.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Wait.
All right. Thanks, though.
Yeah, but over there they know.
Chill.
Is this gonna be posted on a particular channel?
All local channels. You want to say anything for the news?
I mean, no. I just came
No?
by. I don't know.
Like, your feelings. How do you feel?
I think you have plenty of people on the coast of street.
Yeah. You heard about this, right? But you also heard about the dog. Where did the dog happen? Over there? Over there?
There's more than one thing that happened.
Yeah.
I don't
A
know.
dog, a dog got shot too.
Shot?
Yeah.
told you,
By
man,
by a Secret Service agent.
Oh wow, that I didn't know.
But I'm here for this.
What happened here?
I believe I heard that someone got assaulted,
Oh, so
and they may not have made it.
serious?
Yeah, something like that.
On Church Avenue, some serious shit. Yeah.
You know what happened, sir?
You want to give an interview?
Did you want to say what happened? I'm with represent local news, all local news.
Straight off the no recording, but basically in a nutshell, there's an EDP.
What about just your voice? No face and no name?
Okay.
All right, just give me 1 second. All right, sir. Tell me what you know about this
Somewhere
assault. I heard it was.
It was actually stabbing. One of the people live in the building who's an EDP, who's been arrested multiple times for.
Recently.
Yeah. Recently, as in there were officers here earlier this evening that, as far as I know, from the super and the doorman, that they were here earlier and that they left without any incident, without anything, and that the mother called 911 again later, saying that her son had a knife in her hand, in his hand.
So this was her son.
This is her son, yeah. Unfortunately, she is deceased. They couldn't save her. By the time they got here, there was nothing they could do anymore, unfortunately.
Now, when was the last time he was? You mentioned he was arrested previously.
He was arrested twice in the last 2 weeks, roughly about.
Do you think it's they kept releasing him?
They
Do you
kept
think,
releasing him. They kept releasing him. Unfortunately, he's not on his meds all the time.
You think
And when
this
he's not
has
on
to
his
do with
meds,
the bail reform recently? That
I don't know if it has to do with necessarily it has to do with bail reform, because this is a whole different subject versus the bail reform is more versus felonies versus he's an EDP, an emotionally disturbed person.
do you know if when he was released, if he was released from say, medical care of someone?
No,
or,
I just actually
psychiatric?
spoke to his brother. His brother is here. Just told me that they've been trying to get him evicted from the building many times because he was just a harm to him and everybody else, just like any other EDP that's not on their medications. They take him, they feel fine, so they don't take him, and then hell breaks loose, and then they, either get arrested, something happens, or that they have to go back on meds, and then things are back normal, and it's a seesaw. It's back and forth. Unfortunately, there's more mentally ill people on the streets than there are mental institutions.
Now, the previous time he did get arrested, what do you recall what it was for? Was it for a similar thing?
Similar
Assault,
things, assaulting, but this time
usually
just
his
wasn't
mother or some other folks in the building.
mother, mostly family.
But how old would you say he is?
I'm sorry.
But how old is he? This
I
guy?
think he's in his early 30s,
Early 30s.
roughly.
Do you know his name at all?
I do not remember his name. No. I see him in the building all the time. I can tell.
Do you know the mother's name?
No, I don't remember her name either. She was a sweet lady every time you saw her in the hallway.
About how old would you say
a lot
she is?
of. I think she was in her 60s. That's my guess. I mean, I don't know her that well. I mean, living in a building like this, you really meet people in passing as they're coming to the elevator, coming from work, going to work, coming from shopping. You don't really sit there in the hallway just schmoozing with everybody.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the laundry room doing laundry and they're doing laundry. We have 2 laundry rooms, 1 on each side. So.
Happen to have a picture of them by any chance?
No. I couldn't take a picture before when they wheeled him out.
Okay.
They wheeled him out with his arm handcuffed behind his back. His sweater, though, I was standing right on the stoop. They made me move to the side when they brought him out, and there was blood splattered. You can see blood splattered all over his shoulder of his left shoulder of his sweater that he was wearing.
And how did you find out about it? Did you hear something? Did you hear any
So
screaming?
I
or anything?
live right up there. See that light with the shades right there? That's my apartment right there. I'm sitting doing work, and I noticed all of a sudden that an ambulance showed up, and I noticed that there were police cars showing up. I looked out my window and I see more cops showing up, so I came downstairs to see what's going on. I got a little information from the EMS because there was 2 ambulances that came. So the first ambulance that came, I got a little information from them. Basically, they said that her head was completely split open and that she had been gone for a little bit.
Wow.
Meaning that by the time police got here, it was already over, and what appeared to them is that she was deceased. It was a DOA.
When you heard that, what went through your head?
What went through my head is that it's a very sad story because, they've been trying to get him thrown out of the building for a long time. Just because, like I said earlier, he's on and off his meds, and he insulted the doorman, Fernando, the doorman, said that about 8 o'clock he had an issue with him. But it wasn't like a tussle, like a fight or anything. He came in and insulted him, just spewing hatred on somebody, not as an anti-Semitic, just spewing hate, making really hatred marks. And then he left. He went upstairs. Another neighbor who lives right upstairs, a neighbor who was just down there before, who lives right underneath, said he heard a lot of yelling and screaming in the apartment.
Now, you mentioned anti-Semitism. Is there a lot of Jewish folks live in this building?
There are a lot of Jewish folks that live in this building.
Oh, okay. And do you know if he was Jewish at all?
No,
or anything?
he's African American.
Oh, okay.
we don't have anti-Semitism in this building because this building is a very strict building. Out of the, I think it's 108 apartments in this building, a little more than half of them are owned, they're co-ops.
Oh, okay.
And they're even who they rent to, they're very, very, very strict on who they take in. Meaning that, obviously he was a family member. If he would have been a renter, they would have evicted him a long time ago. But every time that they tried getting him kicked out of the building, the city kept letting him come back.
Yeah, it sounds like someone that, definitely should have taken care of more, as far as psychiatric care.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when you have an EDP, like I said earlier, there's a lot more mental people on the streets than there are in mental institutions. And unfortunately, because today everybody has rights, and this is 2020, this is not 1990, this is not 1960. Today everybody has rights, and because there's that thin line, or it's not even the bail reform, it's more even that everybody has rights today. If you're a transgender, LBGQ community, and I'm not knocking them, I'm just saying that everybody has rights.
Everybody, yeah.
So if you want to identify yourself as a woman today, you can walk into an all-male party and say, hey, I'm identifying as a woman, and they can't throw you out, fear of lawsuit.
Anything else regarding this that you like to say?
Listen, it's a sad situation. Any time anybody passes away, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. I know who she is. I don't know her personally because, again, we're friendly. This is a very, very friendly building.
You don't know what she did for a living, or if she was retired, or anything?
No, I
like
don't
that?
know. Again, I don't really wasn't that close with her to know in her business what she does, what she doesn't do. I mean, I happen to be very friendly with some of the folks in the building. This building is very diversified. I would say this building. You have the United Nations. You have black people living here. You have Jewish people living here. You have Asians living here. You have Russians living here. You have all different races and religions living over here under one roof, and everybody gets along. So it's a sad situation. It's very unfortunate in a situation where everybody knew what was going on, but because there's...
Saw the warning signs.
Yeah, well, everybody saw the warning signs. His own brother, who doesn't live in this building, knew the warning signs, and he tried on his mother's behalf to get him removed from the building. But every time he got locked up and they tried to remove him from the building, the city kept letting him right back. So it was a matter of time before something like this is going to happen. Because if you have an EDP that's not being committed to an institution that needs to be supervised, that's living with his mother, what do you think a parent's going to do? If it was your child and your child was living with you and you're an EDP, are you going to be so hard just to send your kid to a mental institution because, he needs to be on psych meds?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about it for a second. What would it be for my kid? But you got to do the best what's right for you and for your child, and it's a very tough decision. I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
I don't. But at the end of the day, this was a long time coming. Unfortunately, it's very sad that this had to come to this, and I feel for his family. I really do.
Definitely.
My condolences and heartfelt, warm wishes to his family. Wish them nothing but the best and prayers.
And no name, right? For you?
I can give Ari. My name is Ari.
Just Ari? Yeah. And how do you spell it?
A-R-I.
Just A-R-I?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ari. Appreciate
No
it.
problem. Sure.
Alrighty.
No problem.
Thanks again.
Yeah, it's a very sad situation. I mean, again, we all saw it coming because he got arrested twice in the last 2 weeks.
I do notice EDPs are quite a very common thing for violent behavior, assaults, all this.
You know
stuff,
why? They're on the medication for a reason. I work with, you see this home right here, this house? This house is for the developmentally disabled.
Oh, okay.
It's a residential home for developmentally disabled. As you see, the veins, Human Care Services, that's the name of the organization. And I work with that clientele. Now, a lot of the clientele are on behavioral meds because if they're not, even though they're from the MR, the mental retarded community, because their IQ is not like you and I, and they can't, have a conversation like you and I are having for a brief moment and then ask them about the conversation, which makes them mentally retarded. The reason why they're on behavioral medication like Klonopin, Keppra, which is not just used for what do you call it, seizures. It's also used as a behavioral medication, okay? Because if they are not subdued to a point where they're mellow, I wouldn't use the word subdue if they're not at a mellow point, they're wreaking havoc. They're up and about, yelling, screaming. They can be tearing things. They can just do things. They're not in control of themselves. So unfortunately, guys like that have to be put on heavy medication, controlled substances, like heavy behavior medication, to be able to now be able to function like a normal, like a decent human being. Maybe not necessarily normal, because again, there may be other mental situations that a person may have capabilities or that play a role into that, such as bipolar, which is a different mental disorder. It's not behavioral is one thing, bipolar is depression is a different thing.
I don't mean to change the subject, but you happen to be here when this whole dog shot incident went down.
I happen to be in the building. I happen to be upstairs.
I think it happened over there. I think it happened further down there. But
what?
A dog was shot. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah.
Good evening, officers.
How you doing?
Have a good night. Stay safe.
In this area, like a block away, I think that where you see a lot more emergency vehicles happen around there. Something about a Secret Service agent shooting a dog or something.
I heard about that story, but I didn't know. See, this community, Kensington, is a very quiet community. We have, again, every race, every religion living. This community spans from Church to H to Coney Island to Dale Road. So you're not even looking at a square mile, maybe a square mile, a little more maybe than a square mile, okay? You have everybody from Polish to Kazakhstanians to Russians, Asians, Muslims, Pakistani people, Bangladesh. That house right there is Bangladesh people. I think this house is Pakistan. You have every race, every religion, and it's calm. There's no racism, there's nothing. Everybody just gets along.
Good representation of New York City, huh?
Good representation of New York City, but there's not a lot of crime in this community. There's not a lot of crime in this area. There's just not. There's just not.
I can't even recall coming here for stuff.
What?
I can't even recall coming here for stuff,
because there's nothing major.
Excuse me, I'm going to get this shot.
Easy.
But yeah, you didn't hear anything about a dog shot, man. Something about Secret Service shooting a dog.
I heard the story.
The dog died, from what I heard.
Secret Service agent shot a dog.
I think he may have been off duty. I'm not sure. We don't have all the details yet.
Well, you know what the problem is with Secret Service? You don't know who they are. They don't. It's not like, oh, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I'm from the Secret Service. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're from the people that, like, when somebody works at the FBI or something, like they don't tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They may tell you, yeah, I work for the FBI, but if you ask them anything, I won't tell you a stitch.
Yeah, I just wonder what that situation was about, Like, if you didn't hear anything, right?
No, I didn't. I mean, I heard the story after the fact, but look, let me tell you this much.
You mentioned that was the EDP's apartment.
No, 4F. Apartment 4F. So
One.
I am in the A line. I'm in the B line. Okay? These two windows, these two set of windows right here is my apartment. The B line,
Would the first floor be the ground floor or the first floor?
no, the first floor is one flight up.
Oh, okay.
On the ground floor, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apartments on the ground floor.
But there's no lights on currently, right?
No, because the F, you would have to go from the back to see the F line.
I thought F is front. No.
No, because it goes like this. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F. F should be on looking in from the park. Should be the F line in the back of the building.
Oh, okay. So I may not be able to get that shot. Right?
You can see
You can see
the
from
park is locked. I don't know. You can try and see.
Okay. Yeah, sounds tricky.
Dario, you can see there, here and there, that someone is gonna scream on you, Jew or something like that, here in this area. I had it already a few times.
But not from this guy who the stab.
No,
right?
no,
Okay,
100%
okay.
not.
No, he was a problematic person. You don't know if he I know when he was off his meds, when he would just walk right by you and you'd be like, hey, what's up? And he'd be like,
And not even acknowledging another human.
nothing, not acknowledging nothing. You know that there was, stay away. Like I knew right away. Like he used to do me, ask me if I could spot him $5, and he would pay me back like 5 months later. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to help another person. But I knew the situation. I knew it wasn't a good situation. So you just try to look out and help out and just keep an eye. But it's very sad because everybody they tried evicting him from the building, and you can't. You have to understand also that they're squatting laws. I'm sure you know what they are, right? Mm-hmm. So, listen, let me tell you something. The biggest problem, I don't want to say it on camera, the biggest problem is that so long the Democrats continue to rule.
All right, folks, just heard it. Crazed EDP seemed to have assaulted his mother. She, from what I heard, is dead. I'm now hearing some screams, which could be coming from the previous incident here that took place on this block, where reportedly a Secret Service agent shot a dog dead. So we're hearing some screams, and we're gonna figure out what is going on here.
What's the story with the dog?
Hey, hold on.
What happened with the dog
I
also?
heard something about Secret
Shot a
Service
dog?
agent, yeah.
No reason?
I'm not sure what the story is.
Where'd that happen?
I think somewhere around here. Because this is where all the,
Well,
this is where all the ESU was at.
saying now?
Huh?
When did this happen?
Just now, maybe an hour ago.
Yeah? Well, one of the ESU people?
Yeah, they were all here. Remember all the cops here?
The two stories happened nothing to do with each other?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Because the guy who, the stabber, he didn't have a dog, right?
Right. No, I thought the ESU was here for the stabbing. I wasn't sure.
No, ESU was, well, the two smaller trucks were probably there for evidence maybe or something. But I think the big truck was here.
Someone was walking their dog and someone came and shot it?
I don't know the story.
You know where it
Well,
happened?
I believe in the vicinity.
I'm scared. You know, two stories happening together. I live on the block.
Yeah. You want to say anything?
No.
Yeah, I just heard it around here.
Yeah, it sounded
But now I don't see
Might
anything.
have been from the back of the building. For family
No,
members.
it sounded like it's coming from here. Oh, here's a cop.
Yeah, watch out, guys. All right, take care, guys. You guys know what happened?
What is it?
You guys know what happened down there?
We don't know.
You heard about a stabbing?
No, we don't know about it.
Did you hear about a dog getting shot?
No, we don't know.
Oh, okay. Thank you. There she is.
Give me one. 114, let me see if this is one in the same. Or Adam for response to charge of feedback and another call in regards to the 34 over at 3834 27th Street. See if I'm going to dip them out.
Nice and warm in here because it's freezing out there. That police car, that's the scanner, JW. So anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, so the new scene is the stabbing scene. And that police car that just showed up is on the scene here as well. I'm not sure what else there is to get here though. What I do know is that the mom is dead. What's up, Cuddle Jade? How are you too? Hi, Delton.
Want to go to the hospital. 28-year-old male, schizophrenic.
How you doing, folks? So, not sure 100% what's going on. What we do know, two separate incidents happened here. We covered Alejandro was here previously for the dog shot. He got the dog with the white sheet over it, as well as the Secret Service agent in the ambulance being treated. He looked distraught, as Alejandro described it. This scene that we just went to was only a block away from the dog shot scene. Mother fatally stabbed by her EDP son, and it demonstrates a failure of the system. This is someone who was admitted repeatedly, arrested repeatedly within the last couple weeks. They didn't keep him in the hospital or wherever he was, in jail, or they kept releasing him, kept sending him back to this apartment right here. And his mother paid the ultimate price for it, because she's reportedly dead, fatally stabbed. And then now they have him in custody. Please don't release him. I'm not sure if it's connected. It doesn't seem like it's connected, but we're gonna know all the details, sooner or later. You know what? I'm just gonna take one last shot at this scene here, make sure I get everything, and then I'm gonna see what else is going on, or go from there. Honestly, I felt like when I was talking to that guy, that's all I was doing, was talking to that guy. Let's just make sure we have everything here.
my aunt.
Yeah?
Wait,
Do you mind being on
where's Ricardo? He's in the lobby? Okay, can you let him, I have his number, but let him know I'm here.
Do you mind being on camera, ma'am? I'm with the news.
Not right now. It's not a good time.
Okay, sorry about that.
I don't even know what happened. My cousin just called me. Let me call Ricardo.
Okay.
Let me call him.
All right, folks, looks like we have a relative here who just arrived at the building. Already you can see quite an emotional reaction, as you may have heard already. Let's see what happens from here. I anticipate her going into the building and hearing about the news. So it appears that she just found out. She's quite having quite a reaction here, appearing emotional. I believe she said that's the aunt, I think. How you doing, Luis? If you're just joining us, if we are at a fatal stabbing, looks like a family member just left, having a quite emotional reaction to the events that she just discovered happened. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Loud Labs. We provide breaking news to all local news stations.
All right. So it appears to be a homicide.
You don't want to be in camera, right, sir?
What?
You don't want to be.
It's more off-camera, informal.
Yeah. I'm just
Okay, sure.
telling you, So you know what? So it's appears to be a domestic-related homicide. You know, the mother and the son is at the precinct. And if you stick around, you're going to see maybe
Investigation and all the thing, right?
you may see the medical examiner.
Right,
He
right.
should be coming shortly. Crime scene, so
Yes,
you'll
sir.
get that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, you're not going to get too much.
Thank you,
else.
sir.
All right.
I heard it was a EDP who was arrested previously, or
I don't know about any history.
any priors. Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, folks. So you heard it. You heard what the situation was. Might be a waiting game now if I'm even interested in additional video of, say, body removal and such, which I don't know why I didn't even think about that. But yes, the body is still inside the building. And my phone's dying. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna charge my phone. If this scene, if I go to another scene, or I might even stick around this scene. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. But anyway, I don't know if you guys saw my competitor on scene, but yeah, don't see him too often, but I did see him this time. Is that RP trying to leave? Yeah, that RP's trying to leave. What I'm gonna do is wait for the body. Actually, I don't know what I would do if you weren't here to tell me what to do. I don't know what I would do with myself.
Thank you from EDP suicidal in the 120 and 197 Garden Street, Broad to Warren. Census location EDP 7034, Census 440.
I know that she was hauling her stuff.
driving Adam 54012? It's still out in regards to the other update.
So anyway, still active scene here. I mean, police left, but we can expect crime scene unit here. Yeah, I'm gonna see what else is going on though. I heard there's a fire in Rockaway. But you know, we'll see what's going on. Let's see if anyone got hurt. This is Adam Full Throttle. Thank you, Cuddle Jade. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna see what else is going on. But yeah, like I said, on this block, this intersection, whatever, 2 incidents that happened very, very recently. The fatal stabbing being the latest incident that happened. The previous incident happened in the area was that dog shot by Secret Service, reportedly shot by Secret Service. So some TV stations are already reporting that on TV. So yeah, catch you guys on the next one, folks, at a different job or this one if something becomes active. So take care, folks.